here in Manila. Going to be talking about some Power Talks with my mentor, MJ Lopez, and what Power Talks is, what it means to me, and how to go and register. And I'm going to give you that information and all that stuff. But first, let me get this shared into some groups and be right back. So if you don't know me, my name is William Jones. I live in the Philippines and I run an SEO agency. Been doing SEO for over 20 years. I am MJ Lopez's first platinum as well as platinum partner, and I'm in Success Blueprint, SB Lead 01 graduate, as well as in self-mastery. So you don't know who MJ is. He's like the Filipino Tony Robbins. So let me get this shared to some groups and we'll be right back. I'm actually doing this before we go head over to the event because I serve as staff in the event as well. So if you have questions, just comment below and I will answer them. I'll do the best of my ability to answer them and tell you how Power Talks has radically changed my life. I know, because some people are kind of like, why is a white boy, his mentor is a Filipino? And the other one I get is, why are you serving? You staff, and we staff for free. So we'll talk a little bit about that. All right, so done sharing and everything. So Power Talks, see you later, MJ. If you don't know how to register, all you got to do is go to powertalks.ph and register. I would encourage you to do so. I'd also encourage you to get involved with the other thing he has, which is Success Blueprint, which is his entry-level course. Power Talks, though, is today. It starts today. You can get registered. It starts at 5 p.m. It's on the ACG building at Shaw Boulevard in Mandaluyong. So I would definitely be going there. Why? So I originally came to Manila. I used to live in Surigao City. I moved to Manila. When I moved to Manila, I was about 158 kilos. Since being around MJ, I'm now at 114 kilos. This has all happened in about 10 months or less. Besides that, MJ has also radically changed my family's life. He's changed the way I lead and the way I show up and the value I give. Besides that, our family is closer, and then our team is aligned. We also have opened up a new company as well. There are many things, many reasons that he has been a real blessing. When I came here, you got to understand, I didn't want to deal with another Filipino. I had been scammed. I went through a lot of heartache and a lot of pain. And when my wife put him on the TV, forced me to watch him, and I watched him, I was like, he's a lot like Tony Robbins. He's just the Filipino version of Tony Robbins. And I could see he was a real legit business owner because you could hear it in his voice, see it in his eyes. Even though I didn't understand all of the Tagalog, I understood some of it. And so I came to Manila, and I originally came to Manila just to play some poker, and I was going to do some events. And I said, you know what, let me start going to this thing called Power Talks. So I started going to Power Talks, and that's why I really push it for you guys. It's free. MJ gives free value on YouTube. He's got thousands of videos there, and he also does Power Talks for free. And at Power Talks, it's not just him getting there and talking about success and how to get clarity in your life and the things that are wrong. He also does interventions or transformations live on the spot. You can come there and ask him business questions, personal questions, life questions, because most of the time you're going to find that the business problems you're having, from what I've learned from MJ, most of the business problems you're having are actually related to personal and life problems and self-esteem problems. So he's really helped me in that sense, and I love being around the community. Hey, Lisa, I really love being around the community. Why? Because it's almost like going to church. It's like you go through life Monday through Friday, and you're going through sludge a lot of times, and you don't feel like you have anybody there to support you. The community is there to support you, believe in you, and push you. Besides MJ, he's developed that community. You'll come there and you'll see it's the staffing agent, his staffers are a lot like him. Now, a lot of people will say, for instance, why does someone like myself or John Martinez or any of the other ones staff, especially when you're talking about Team Martinez, John Martinez, they've done 1.4 billion in sales. I mean, he's already a multimillionaire. And then you got myself, etc. And you're like, why are you, a successful business owner, staffing for free? And I would tell you this: for me, the value that MJ has given me, the community, and has given my family and my team is priceless. So for me, going there and staffing is just a little way to give back to MJ and the community and the staffing team and what they've meant to me. You can also read some of my story if you want to, if you go over to my Facebook profile. I'll show you guys that real quick. If you come over here, you can read my story, but this talks about pinned post, talks about everything we've been through, SB lead, and when I met MJ and how he has helped me. When I came to him, you gotta understand, like, I have people say, well, I just need self-esteem. I literally had no self-esteem. My wife always believed in me, always pushed me, always saw a leader in me, saw potential in me. I even jokingly tell her, you gotta understand, when I met my wife, I was, 389 pounds. Okay. She's a little 50 something kilo, Filipino. And I'm like, what does she want to do with me? At the same time, she was saying, I wonder if he's going to like me. Maybe I'm too short. Maybe I'm too dark. Maybe I'm not the woman he likes. This is after we had spoke to each other for a year. But I still had this belief that why she want me? I'm just this fat dude. I have no value. I didn't see any value in me or nothing. You got to understand, even when I met MJ, for example, he came to Digital Impact, spoke at our event. I remember he told me later he told me he saw my potential and he saw me already as a strong speaker, a strong leader. And at that time, I was actually considering checking out completely. And I was overweight. I could barely breathe. I would be like, anytime I was walking anywhere, my shirts were always, about to bust. I was in a 5 and 6X shirt, and now I'm in an XL, sometimes a large. So I've lost a lot of weight. I've gotten muscular. So besides a physical transformation, I also have become a leader to my family, a leader to my wife, a leader to my team, and just an overall leader in general. My life has radically changed in that sense. Now my kids as well are now involved in the company. My kids and me and my wife are much closer, whereas before we'd all stay in our own rooms and we really didn't associate. My son was in his room. I would stay in my room, and my daughter would stay in her room, and Nine-Nine'd stay in her room. Everybody was in their own room, and we wouldn't come out and sit with each other. I would be sitting in the living room, and if I was in the living room, no one else came out, really. That has since changed. We'll sit and watch TV together. We'll go places together. We do things together. We work out together. It was a total transformation in all aspects of my life and my family's life. So for me, and you'll see me get emotional about two individuals, usually one, obviously my mother and my father, but outside of them, my wife, and then my mentor and my friend, MJ Lopez. because he's radically changed my life. I will do anything for the man. And I would highly, highly, highly encourage you to come out to Power Talks. Once again, if you are not registered, simply go over to powertalks.ph and get registered. Hit register now, put in your information. This will give you your ticket and show up. This is not one you're going to want to miss. Trust me, any question you have, I don't care if it's related to relationships or business, etc. He goes over it all. It's not theories whatsoever. This is the thing that really attracted me to him. He's not like your typical coach. He actually owns businesses, multiple businesses, and these are things he learns about on a weekly basis because he's so involved in many businesses, anywhere from startups to multi-billionaires. Okay. He gives you clarity. This is the one thing I learned, if you're not in it yet, and I've already mentioned it, is in his core success blueprint, is it gives you clarity and awareness, okay? Besides clarity and awareness, in the community, he gives you real tools for self-mastery, and that's what all of us need. Most of the time in your business, when you have business issues or team issues, you're constantly dealing with people, and it usually, you got to acknowledge, number one, he told us, there is a problem. You got to acknowledge there's a problem, and you're probably a part of that problem. In the Power Talks, he does live coaching. He literally talks directly to your situation. You can ask him the questions, and he'll do the intervention right there, as long as you're open for feedback. And he gives you the truth. He gives you the unwatered down truth of what's holding you back. And he gives you the frameworks on how to break free. He goes over multiple frameworks. He doesn't get on like a lot of these places, you'll go to them and they'll have a slideshow presentation, and he does they'll do a slideshow presentation. This man, just give him a marker and a whiteboard or a piece of paper, and everything just comes out of him. And it's like what he shares is probably only 1% of what he actually knows. He's actually a partner in my business at Wolf Forge. He's on the board, and excuse me. So I get to see him much more often. I get to see him at Power Talks. I also get to see him in Success Blueprint and Mastery and Platinum. And he's involved in Wolf Forge, and I work out with him many times as well. So clarity is key. The power of the marker, no notes needed. Everything comes out from within him. And he will talk directly to your situation. So if you have any questions about it, just let me know, and I will gladly answer them. I'll be here for a little bit longer because I'm about to leave, actually, to go to Power Talks. Once my kids are done being dressed, we are all heading out to Power Talks now. I am happy seeing you guys. Anytime if you want to come out there and meet us, remember it's off of Shaw Boulevard. If you don't know me, you would like to meet me, there are people like myself and other business owners that are hiring, and if you need a job or anything like that, you can definitely come out and meet business owners like myself, which are always hiring. You also got people like Jeff. Jeff had actually lost 2 million pesos. He lost his marriage. He lost himself. The MJ system helped him rebuild it. Jeff is a good man. He's actually his operations manager now as well. Then you got John and Jenna Martinez. They've done over 1.4 billion in real estate sales. So you got a lot of people out there that will help answer some questions. Even if it's not just about MJ, it's about the community you're involved with. You get to hang around business owners that you would otherwise not be able to hang out with, otherwise not be around, and you can learn from them. A lot of times people think, oh, well, business owners have all their crap together, and the reality is we do not. That's why we need a mentor like MJ. That's why we need a community like Success Blueprint. So I would highly encourage you guys, if you are not you've never been, you need to go. So go to powertalks.ph, get registered, and show up. Registration opens up at 5 p.m. And once you do that, get registered, just show up. It is off of Shaw Boulevard in Mandaluyong City in Manila. So I look forward to seeing you there. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me on Facebook or DM me, and I'll gladly answer them for you. But once again, I look forward to seeing you guys. See you guys at Power Talks. Again, my name is William, and remember that greatness is forged with